Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 3TZ podcast. This is your host, Ravenstone. Was going to talk about a little bit more about DACA, but that seems to be in the tank right now, waiting for further action so far as the Congress and everything. So anyway, and I already did a podcast on that. So let's talk about something that I've had a lot of people come at me with questions and just my feelings, I guess, towards. Now, if anybody knows about me much, they know that I'm very interested in quantum physics, quantum theory, string theory, Cern, what they're doing there, and quantum entanglement, just all that stuff. I think that's very fascinating. And so that brings on the question of the Mandella Effect. Now, for those, I think most people know what that is right now. The Mandella Effect, for those who don't, is things that are changing in our world that they are different now than they were, a month ago or 6 months ago or whatever, and they seem to be acting like they've always been that way, but your memories don't match up with how it's saying that it is. And by it, I mean society. And the reason being, what people are saying is that I've heard this, and I'm curious what you guys think about this, because this is what I heard, and I didn't know how to take it. I don't know, guys. It's a very interesting field, and what is possible, there's nothing that is impossible, guys. I'm a Bible believer, and I read the Bible, and I believe in Jesus Christ, and I know that my Bible has changed. There are passages now that I looked at my Bible that I have with me all the time. It's changed. My Bible has changed. How is that possible? And people are like, well, you didn't remember it right. No. I mean, I've read the Bible through and through 10 times over, if not more. I mean, I know it because I wanted to know it, because I'm told to know it. And I know when it says, wolf or lion. All right, that's a big difference. When it talks about unicorns, when God's hands have horns coming out of them now. What? That was never in there before. Trust me, it would stand out if God's hands had horns coming out of them. I would know that. That would stick out in my brain. Anyway, there's a bunch of changes like that. There are changes in logos. There's changes in songs. Just little changes. Some are just little changes. And what people are saying is that our old reality was destroyed by Cern in 2012. And we piggybacked or jumped over to a parallel dimension of our reality. So in this parallel dimension, things are just a little bit different. They're a little bit off. And I've noticed in grammatically, I should say, that I'm thinking Grammarly, that thing that helps with spelling. Grammatically, I've noticed that things have changed in sentence structure, because I notice people saying things. I'm like, why are you saying like I went to university? Now think about that. I went to university. I was always told, I went to a university, right? I went to a university. A university. Now people just say to university, and it's not just that. They're dropping that. Excuse me. Damn it, every time I start talking, I get something in my throat. Frog in my throat. Oh, excuse me, okay. But it's not just that. It's a lot of different things. It's a lot of little phrases that are being spoken differently, and there's no way that it could be just, because I'm very attuned to things like that. And I'm very so far as when I go outside, I look all over the place. I check my surroundings. I'm one of those people. I don't know if that's a man thing, but I'm very conscious of my surroundings, and I'm very conscious of things that happen around me, very conscious of things that I read, listen to, see. I take things in, remember things, I have a high tolerance for repetition, so I can go over things unlimited amounts of time, and I really don't get tired of it, you know. So when I see things changing in grammatically and all this stuff, how people talk, I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. Things have changed. There are things that I remember, you know, and the big one is, it's called Mandela because, as most of you know, Mandela was, by a lot of people, remember him dying back in the late 80s, early 90s, and that's when I remember him dying. I was young, but I remember it. And then when they said he died, like in 2012 or 13, I'm like, what? I said, that guy's been dead for like 20 years. And so that's what started it for me. And I don't know if that's what started for most people, that glitch. Like if it was the Matrix, if you're tuning this to the Matrix and you're talking about the Matrix, and you want to bring that and put it alongside this topic, okay, it would be a glitch. There would be a glitch in the Matrix. When the Matrix says deja vu is a glitch in the system, remember, it's the Matrix repairing itself, right? It's setting itself right. So when you have this kind of stuff happen, a lot of people say it's just there's a bleed over from our reality to the new reality, okay? And they're saying, well, they don't understand why that is. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe it's us. Maybe we are the element that you can't understand or something. We are the in the equation. We're the X factor, as it's called, or whatever you want to say. We're it, because all those things and all those memories and stuff are in us. So when we come into this new reality, if this is what happened, which, guys, I don't put anything off anymore. I think it's stupid, and I've thought this for a long time. It's stupid that people say, oh, that's impossible. No, it's not. Why is it impossible? Because beyond your scope of understanding, it's impossible. But what do you know? I mean, it's ridiculous how much we don't know of this earth. Just this earth. Just of our own reality. There's so much we don't know. That's not even including everything else that's out there. So, you know, when God made everything, He made it so incredible. And we're seeing that. And scientists, instead of not proving God, they're actually proving Him. And this is exactly what I was saying back 10 years ago, that eventually they're going to come around to saying God exists, because all this stuff is going to point to a creator, because there's no way in the world that all this complicity could happen without some intelligent design going on, right? So that's how I feel. And for those people who think it's just all just happenstance, that it's happened 1 billion, 2 billion, ultimate billions of times, and it finally it worked, right? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. And that's just my belief system. So please leave in your comments what you think. Maybe you think I'm stupid. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Maybe you think I'm off and shouldn't be on BitChute anymore. I don't know, but I'm curious to see or to read what you guys feel on this, on the whole Mandela Effect, and what I've said to you. Have you guys personally had anything like that happen to you within the last 5 years? That you saw something or you heard something, or people are speaking in a way that you're not familiar with? You're like, why are you saying anything like me personally, instead of saying I went to a university, or they just say I went to university. See, that's not the right way for me. I don't ever remember it being said that way. The first time I heard that said that way was on American Dad. When Klaus, if you guys know that show, I think it's funny. It's so funny, and I know that it's basically the devil in cartoon, but I just think Klaus is funny, and I think that whole I'm not up with the gay stuff, but that's all right. I'm gonna lose track if I don't keep it on track. So he said something about I went to university, and Roger, if you guys know the show, Roger's like, what? And he says, no, it's a university. And anyway, they had a little bit of a fight there, and I never noticed that. I never noticed it because that's the first time I ever heard anybody say it that way. But then all of a sudden, I started hearing everybody say it that way. It no longer was a university. It was I went to university. I went to university. Am I the only one that? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that sees that. And it's not just that. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of different things that just don't sound right, or don't seem right, or don't look right. There's just a little bit something off. And I don't know, guys. Oh, and here's another one. This is huge for me. So I'm watching the show, and all of a sudden this zoo. They're in the zoo, and they're panning over, and all of a sudden I'm saying, what the hell is that thing? And it's a bird, right? And this bird looks fake. It looks like it's an animatronic bird, but it's not. It's a real bird. And it's freaking weird, guys, and I've never in my life seen that bird. But they flash over it, and they say the name of it like it's nothing, like it's been there forever. It's always been like this. And I'm looking at that thing, I'm like, there's no way in hell that I have not seen that thing before. Especially in a zoo, because I've been to all the big zoos, like one in LA, the one, Florida, whatever the big zoos are. I've been to a lot of them. I haven't been to all of them, but I've been to a lot of them, and I've never seen this thing, guys, and it freaked me out. You see this bird? I don't even know if it was a bird. It was freaking weird, and it had this big old beak, and it looked fake, but it wasn't. It was real. And it was creepy, and I'm looking at the girl, I'm looking at that bird, I'm like, because I'm thinking it's going to attack her, because, that's the first thing we think when we see something we don't know about. It's for your own protection that you kind of, let me figure this out before I get close to it, right? And she went right up to it, and it, not like it was nothing, and she said the name of it, and I can't remember what she said. It ticks me off that I didn't write it down. Anyway. And it's stuff like that, and there's been several things like that I've seen or I've heard, and I read my Bible, and there are things I'm saying, there's no way that I missed this. There's no way. I know that it said the lion and the lamb, right? And just like that movie with Tom Cruise, The Lion of the Lambs or whatever. And now it says wolf and the lamb. Guys, come on. I know what a wolf is, and I know what a lion is. It was a lion and a lamb. Now it says different. Now it says wolf. How is that possible? My Bible has been in my possession this whole time. So, and the Bible talks about this happening. It really does. It talks about putting the Word of God in your heart. And I'm starting to see it now. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I could go on about this for a long time. And maybe I will if you guys want me to. Just let me know. But I want your thoughts on this. I want to know if anybody out there has had any of this kind of stuff happen to you. And if you could possibly write it down in the comments. And I would love to hear about it. Or if you have a link to a video that you'd like me to see on this stuff that you think is important. Because I know this stuff is happening. And I'm not crazy. And it's happening to a lot of people all over the world. It's not just happening here in the States. It's happening all over the world. So that's what I want to talk about today. Cern, quantum physics, all that stuff. It's all about the same thing, guys. They're messing with our reality. They're trying to break in these alternate realities, these alternate universes, there are an unlimited amount of these. I mean, and they're all a little bit different. And who knows? There might be some out there that are just majorly different, where everything's upside down. Who knows? I don't know. So just let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it, as always. I'm working on getting a camera so I can actually, and I'm working on getting some editing software so I can, edit this down. So, unless you guys like it like this podcast style, where it's all just one big, and it's not cut and chopped and all that stuff. Which I know sometimes it's too edited for me, and that's just my taste. But I can still appreciate editing. I mean, yeah. So thanks again for listening and and watching my videos, and please hit the thumbs up or thumbs down. Just interact with the vid, or put a comment, please, with all your Mandela Effect things that happened to you, if there has been. And I know there's got to be some people out there that has had this stuff happen. So just let me know. Thanks a lot for listening, and until next time, this is Ravenstone signing off.